this week we've been graced by the debut episode of Ultraman Arc. Was it good? Was it bad? Or was it a mixed bag? Let's talk more about it in this video! Tokusatsu! Konnichiwa everyone! Caturteer in the house here, and welcome to the Tokusatsu channel. We'll talk about Kamen, Super Set, Ultraman, all those stuff here. So this week we've got Ultraman Arc's debut episode. It was honestly really kind of a mixed bag for me. Like, I don't really know where to put my finger on it. On one hand, I think it was like a good introduction to like Yuma, but at the same time, okay, like the two characters I felt I was probably introduced to was Yuma and Ishido, but at the same time, it was just very weird because on one hand, it feels like the pacing is all over the place. On the other hand, I find that, you know, I think there's some really cool scenes, and the world building was actually pretty interesting in a way, yeah. So I'll say that. So let's just go beat by beat on the story for this debut episode, yeah. So the starting when they go like, oh, doing a news report and all, I was like, okay, so Ultraman Arc has been around. I was a little concerned when I saw like, you know, Red King and all, like all the classic kaijus being shown. So I was like, is this going to be like a series where it's going to be like 90% repeated kaijus? I was honestly a bit worried about that, yeah. Luckily, I think the opening solved it, because our opening sequence basically were like showing, alright, many, you know, new and unique kaijus. I was like, okay, we're gonna have unique kaijus. I'm not gonna be too worried about the whole, you know, oh, we're just gonna reuse all the old suits here. One thing I felt was the production quality felt, it's not as bad, but the whole direction of the show felt very handheld. It felt like, you know, a bit amateurish. Amateurish, not in like, you know, oh, it's filmed by a brand new YouTuber kind of thing, yeah. It was amateurish in the sense that they try to go for a very down to earth feel, and try to go for a very like, you know, home video feel. I don't know. That's why I felt like there was this very weird you know, mixed bag, and I can't really put my finger on it. Okay, so let's go back to like the whole story now. So you have Yuma coming in, and then after Yuma goes to work, he's a little late, and he's like, oh wait, alright, my officer, my chief, and Rin are already on site, yeah? Goes to on site, and they're talking about the kaiju fang, and it's like, alright, there's something in the kaiju fang. Then you realize it's a parasite, and the parasite infects some kaiju, and then, you know, Ishido saves Yuma, and becomes like, it's just very fast paced. It feels, I don't know, it just feels, okay, we're doing A, we're doing B, we're doing C, we're doing A, B, C, A, B, C. Like, I just want to tick all the check boxes this episode, yeah. Rather than like, you know, coming with a good, you know, I want to build the whole world, man, explain the whole story, yeah. Like, something about most, you know, shows, they go like, okay, we are establishing, alright? This world is in trouble. This world is something. This world is something, yeah. I felt that the establishing of the world was not really there. In fact, we're like thrown in the middle of the series. Like, it feels like we are thrown really in the middle of like, sort of like episode 2. Season 2. Yes, this feels like a season 2, episode 1. This doesn't feel like season 1, episode 1, yeah. So it was just really weird. But okay. So after Yuma, I was like, alright. We are here to like save the people. He has explained to Ishido that we are not really here to fight the kaijus. We're here to just help the, you know, evacuation. We help to like save lives and all, help to reduce things that happen to the people around them. And then after that, you know, Ishido saves Yuma, and then he almost got killed because of the rubble, and then Yuma turns into Arc. Okay, at this point, alright, the debut fight for Arc, at this very point, where I was like, you know, everything felt like a mixed bag. I think this shot of the debut fight, yeah, was so good. Alright, Arc standing in the mirror, looking at Yuma like, yes, I'll let you use my powers again, yeah. I share with you my powers. And then, you know, Yuma transform, and from that one transformation scene, okay, as he picks up, you know, Ishido and then puts him safely on the roof, and then it translates to the, like, you know, Ishido's camera, phone camera, and then there was like this timer on the side of the screen. It was very interesting. Like this timer was like just counting. Alright, we know that he has about 3 minutes. Okay, yeah. And the whole shot, okay, the whole fight felt like was filmed on a single camera. Of course, you know, as like, you know, someone who has done video editing and all, we can obviously tell that there are some parts where, hey, we got some cuts being done, there were some transitions being done here. Especially in between CGI, the flying scenes and all, you can tell there's like some cuts and all. But they're going for this very, like, you know, one take, one action sequence battle, alright? And that whole action sequence was so good. Okay, it feels like you're brought into the fight itself, like you're watching the fight there and then. Okay, but at the same time, you have a very unique view of it. So you have things like, you know, alright, going inside the buildings, out of the buildings, alright, showing the scale of the fight. It's just so good. Like, oh my god. I was like, I don't know. I don't know how you'll find it, but as like, you know, someone who has seen how filming works, how I've been on sets before, okay, and then the way they transition and how they handled, you know, alright, the scale of things, how they handled the positioning of the cameras and everything, was like, holy meow, this is so well choreographed. You know, like, I don't know, I'm just so amazed by that fight scene. I'm like, just taken aback, okay? And you know, after he fired his beam, I was like, okay, this is the end of the fight, okay? And okay, not just that, you know, like when he was being attacked by the beams, okay, from the kaiju, he holds up the shield, then he used the shield, like, you know, like some wrestling, you know, wrestling, they take the table and they smash people with it, right? Yeah, then he literally took the shield and just smashed the kaiju with it, then he breaks the shield into shards and stabs the kaiju. I was like, what is this fighting? It's so crazy but good, yeah. Then he fires the beam, he, you know, and then once the kaiju is like blown up, okay, the parasite comes out, he slashes the sword. It's just so, I don't know, this fight was so amazing. Like, on one hand, the whole episode made me feel like it was very all over the place. And like I said, it just felt like they're trying to go for beat for beat. They're trying to go for, like, you know, I'm just trying to like tick off the check boxes, and then the fight scene comes in and go like, what am I watching? This is so good. This is complete eye candy. I don't know how to describe it, yeah, okay? But then again, this is a debut episode. It might just be to set the tone, okay, than to set anything else. I hope next week we get more insights in the story. Okay, it's a bit like, you know, boonboomger, where episode 1 was just so action-packed, was just bam, 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 okay? And then they start like explain the whole world and more in episode 2, yeah. I think they're going to do that for, like, you know, Ultraman arc. Like, episode 1 was supposed to go for boom, 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 but it didn't really feel that boom to me because it was not as explosive as boonboomger. Okay, but I think that, yeah, overall it's a very interesting debut episode. I think, like I said, I feel like they're ticking check boxes, and I felt as a debut episode they did tick up most of the check boxes, yeah. But it was really, really paced. Definitely, yeah. Aside from the fight, it was just very weirdly paced. Okay, so let me know in the comments what you think about it. Do you really feel it was weirdly paced, or do you think it was perfectly fine? And as for next week, okay? Right, next week we've got, like I said, next week's episode seems to be more, explaining the whole world, okay? Explaining how Skip really functions, yeah? Explaining the whole team dynamics. This looks like it's going to be happening next week. And yeah, I'm very excited to see how this goes. I really hope that it maintain this, you know, trajectory of being meowsome. I hope they maintain this trajectory of, like, you know, a very unique approach, okay? I mean, right now, yes, we've seen arc in action, but at the same time, like I said, it just feels a bit interesting at this stage, okay? It's just the first impressions feel very interesting, yeah? It just stands out. Alright, so let me know in the comments what you think, and I will see you on the next one! Nya nya!